The secret side of me, I never let you see. I keep it caged, but I can't control it. So stay away from me, the beast is ugly. I feel the rage and I just can't hold it. It's scratching on the walls, in the closet, in the hall. It comes awake and I can't control it. Hiding under the bed, in my body, in my head. Why won't somebody come and save me from this? Make it end. I feel it deep within. It's just beneath the skin. I'm not possessed. I feel like a monster. I hate what I become. The nightmares just begun. I must confess that I feel like a monster. I feel like a monster. I feel like a monster.
This is my kind of setting. A quiet morning on the couch, with nothing but peace and quiet.
Good morning, Jace.
There goes the peace and quiet.
Wow, am I really that much of a nuisance here in the apartment?
I don't know, AJ, you tell me. Jokes aside though, welcome home, man. How'd you do at last night's locals tournament?
Better than I thought I would do, that's for sure. And it's all thanks to my new Red Dragon Archfiend deck. Thanks to my new deck, I was able to win a lot of duels and end up placing in the top 4.
What did I tell ya? Red Dragon Archfiends would fare much better for you for duels, instead of your blue eyes and red eyes combination deck.
Oh come on, my blue eyes and red eyes combination deck was not that bad.
I wouldn't be so sure, that deck has not exactly fared the greatest for you. The number of losses it has, compared to wins, says quite a lot.
Hey, cut me a little slack, you can't blame me for trying to be creative.
No, I suppose that I can. So I have to know. Did your Red Dragon Archfiends help you win the tournament?
I wish. I got screwed in the ass by some competitive jerk from out of state playing a branded deck. Now had you been at the tournament last night, you for sure would have stood a chance at kicking that guy's ass. Remind me again why you couldn't come to locals with me?
Austin Silver wanted me to come by the Duel Masters Duel Academy.
Oh yeah, that's right. When were you planning to leave?
In about an hour.
Well hey, since you have some time to kill before heading out, what's say you and I have a duel? I'm itching to show you just how strong my red dragons are.
It sounds like somebody wants to lose again.
This time, it's going to be different.
Confident, aren't we? Alright, you're on, man.
I'll be waiting for you outside.
Gotta grab my deck and duel disc first. Hey AJ, are you sure you want to go fully through with this?
More than sure, Jace, because I don't plan on losing. You're not defeating me this time.
We'll just see about that, man.
It's time to duel. The first turn is mine. And I'll start with this. I summon Soul Resonator in attack mode. Since I summoned it, Soul Resonator's effect allows me to add Bone Archfiend from my deck directly to my hand. Then, by sending double Resonator from my hand straight to the graveyard, I can special summon Bone Archfiend from my hand through its own effect. And that's not all my Bone Archfiend can do. I use his second effect, and that lets me send another one of my Resonators from my deck straight into the graveyard, and reduce the level of my Soul Resonator by 1, making him level 2. Then Soul Resonator will return the favor by giving Bone Archfiend a tune-up. I Synchro Summon Level 6, Red Rising Dragon. I activate my Dragon's special ability. When Synchro Summon, Red Rising Dragon can bring back a Resonator from the graveyard. So I'll bring back the Crimson Resonator that I sent with my Bone Archfiend. Thanks to Crimson Resonator, since I only have one Synchro Dragon on my field, Crimson Resonator's special ability lets me special summon 2 more Resonators directly from my deck. And I choose these two: Red Resonator and Vision Resonator. Now that I've special summoned Red Resonator, I can use his effect to target Red Rising Dragon, and gain life points equal to its attack.
Well, now you've set everything up that you need. To that, I say bring it on AJ.
Careful what you wish for. Go level 2 Red Resonator and level 6 Red Rising Dragon, to the graveyard with you. I Synchro Summon Red Dragon Archfiend. But as powerful as Red Dragon Archfiend is, he's only part of what I've got planned next. My level 2 Vision Resonator and level 2 Crimson Resonator will now both double tune with level 8 Red Dragon Archfiend. Burning soul of the Crimson Dragon, let the stars above and raging fires below collide together, creating the colossal force that is unstoppable. Burning Synchro Summon Red Nova Dragon. For every tuner monster in my graveyard, Red Nova Dragon gains 500 attack points. And on the subject of tuner monsters, since my Vision Resonator was sent to the graveyard, I can add a spell or trap from my deck to my hand that lists Red Dragon Archfiend. I'll choose to get my Crimson Gaia spell card. Then I'll activate it. Once per turn during my main phase, Crimson Gaia allows me to add any card that lists Red Dragon Archfiend from my deck directly to my hand. Using that effect, I'll add my Red Zone Trap card to my hand. And to finish things up with my opening turn, I'll be setting these 3 cards face down.
Not too bad for a first turn board.
Thanks. With what I've got on board, I can hold off against whatever you might throw at me.
And, you just jinxed it.
Now I say what now?
AJ, you kind of forgot for a second who you're saying your words to. To your best friend, who you should know by now, is a master of pendulum summoning tactics. But, instead of reminding you with my words, I'll let my deck do it for me. My turn, I draw. I'll begin with the spell card, Wings of Light. This adds Supreme King Dragon Darkworm from my deck to my hand. Then I activate another spell card, Pendulum Call. I discard Darkworm, then search my deck and add Timebreaker Magician and Black Fang Magician. Then, with no monsters on my side of the field, I activate Darkworm's effect from my graveyard, to special summon itself. Since it was summoned to my field, I activate my Darkworm's other effect, and use it to add a Supreme King Gate Magician from my deck to the hand. I will then set the pendulum scale, using my Scale 2 Timebreaker Magician, and Scale 8 Black Fang Magician. This gives me a scale that lets me pendulum summon monsters from levels 3 to 7, all at once. I pendulum summon, and call upon my 3 monsters to emerge. Harmonizing Magician, Maki Aura the Destructor, and finally, Supreme King Gate Magician. 2 effects now activate. Since Harmonizing Magician was pendulum summoned, her effect allows me to special summon White Wing Magician from my deck to the field in defense mode. And, since Gate Magician was special summoned, I can grab my Soul of the Supreme Celestial King trap card from my deck.
Oh man. I don't like where this is going.
If you've got bad feelings now, just wait. I will now use Maki Aura, Darkworm, White Wing, and Harmonizing Magician to create my circuit. I Link Summon, Link 4. Sorry you just Skull Dread. When Skull Dread is Link summoned using 4 monsters with different names, I can draw 4 cards, and then return any 3 cards in my hand back to my deck. Now I activate this, the Change of Heart spell card. Red Nova Dragon is mine for 1 turn. But why stop with Red Nova Dragon, when I can also use Monster Reborn?
Jace, don't you fucking do it.
I'll bring back your Red Dragon Archfiend, and summon it next to Skull Dread's Link, which will give Red Dragon Archfiend 300 more attack and defense.
Quit stealing my fucking shit.
You should be more worried about what's coming next from me. Remember, Maki or the Destructor went to the graveyard this turn, and thanks to its special ability, I can activate one trap card straight from my hand. The trap card I activate is the one that you know about. Soul of the Supreme Celestial King. To activate this card, it requires me to sacrifice my Supreme King Gate Magician. Then, I have to banish specific fusion materials from my deck. Extra deck, field, and graveyard.
Wait, are you summoning what I think you're summoning?
From 4 comes 1, and from 1 will come Supreme Power. Awaken. Supreme King, Zark.
This is really bad. No, scratch that, it's beyond serious levels of bad.
When Zark is fusion summoned onto the field, its power lets it destroy every card that the opponent controls. So your remaining cards are all destroyed. Sorry AJ, but in just my first turn alone, this duel of ours is all but finished. Skull Dread, Red Nova Dragon, Red Dragon Archfiend, and Zark attack AJ directly and wipe out all of his life points.
That should not have happened. You've never been able to OTK me with that deck, ever.
Hey man, chill, there's a first time for everything.
I want a rematch, second time's the charm.
I would take you up on that man, but I don't have the time. I have to leave for the Duel Masters Duel Academy and meet up with Austin.
I call bullshit, you have plenty of time to spare for another duel with me.
The message from Austin on my smartwatch says otherwise.
What kind of message from Austin are we talking about here?
Not a lot. All the message says is, come to the Duel Masters Duel Academy, immediately. It sounds pretty serious.
If it's serious, then I'm coming with you. You never know, you might need some backup.
Come on, let's go. Something is definitely off. This area of the academy is usually filled with duelists partaking in dueling lessons for classes. But I don't see anybody in sight.
The academy's outdoor card shop is closed too.
We better find Austin and find out what the heck is going on.
Good call. But where do we look first for him?
His obelisk blue dorm is our best bet first. We don't find Austin there, we head for the main building.
Hey Julian.
What is it, Afflict?
We got ourselves some trespassers heading for the obelisk blue dorms. One blonde and a fat boy.
Well then what are you talking to me for, damn it? Take care of them.
Nah man, I say we play it safe. We already got Austin Silver still at large somewhere on campus, and I'm pretty sure our 2 partners and the boss for that matter would not want any further unwanted issues.
As much as I hate you, you are right. How should we go about this for a plan of attack?
The fat boy is mine to burn up. You take care of the blonde.
I'll intercept them at the obelisk blue dorm gate. Stand by until I give you the order to move in.
Here we are. The obelisk blue dorm of the Duel Masters Duel Academy. Let's just hope that Austin is inside. Do you remember the plan?
We charge the gate and scream Leroy Jenkins.
We are not charging the gate and yelling Leroy Jenkins. The plan is for me to go on ahead and enter Austin's passcode up at the gate, then once we get it open, you follow right behind me.
I still think the Leroy Jenkins plan was a good one.
I don't even know how to respond to that right now. Listen, you sit tight for a minute. I won't be long.
You are not going anywhere.
Who the heck are you supposed to be?
My oh my, where are my manners? The name is Julian. Remember my name well, because I'm the very last duelist you will ever face.
I've heard a lot of empty threats and bluffs before. But what you just said, that's a new one on me.
I'm not bluffing, kid. You picked the wrong day to come to school. You will duel me whether you want to or not, you don't have any choice. Once you lose, your duel energy is mine for the taking, and you will cease to exist.
Look Julian, I don't know what kind of duel energy or last duelist I'll ever face nonsense you've got coming from that mouth of yours, but me and my best friend have no time for you. However, if you want a duel, then you've got a duel. And I'm going to make sure it's a quick one where I kick your ass.
Hey Jace, I don't doubt that you can handle this guy. But, you should still be careful.
I'll try to keep that in mind.
It's time to duel. I will take the first turn in this battle. First I activate my reinforcement of the army, adding Imperial Bower, from my deck, to my hand. Then I will summon Imperial Bower to my battlefield. Then immediately, activate its effect. Since it's the only monster on my field, I can send it off to the graveyard, and then summon 2 monsters to take its place. I choose, my Queen's Knight. And my King's Knight.
2 level 4 monsters on the field can mean just one thing.
That's correct. I now will have level 4 Queens and King's Knight, join forces to build the overlay network. AXE Summon. Rank 4, Comics Hero King Arthur. But this noble hero is not fighting alone. I now send Jack's Knight from my deck straight to the graveyard, which allows me to special summon the Joker's Knight from my hand. And then right after that, I activate my Swing of Memory spell, which brings back my fallen Jack's Knight from my graveyard. Now my level 5 Jack's Knight and Joker's Knight charge into battle together to once again create the overlay network. AXE summon the Cosmic Warrior of the Stars. Rank 5, Constellar Pleiades. This should be enough to hold you off, for the time being of course. I set the last 2 cards in my hand face down, and end my turn, meaning that the tide of battle is passed over to you, Blondie.
So it is. It's my turn, I draw. I'll start my turn with my own spell card, Allure of Darkness. This lets me draw 2 cards from my deck, but then I banish 1 dark monster from my hand. Then, I activate another spell card, Wings of Light. This lets me add my Supreme King Gate Magician from my deck directly to my hand.
Wait a second, this Blondie is a pendulum duelist? Could he be? No, that's impossible.
Now I can set my pendulum scale, using my Scale 1 Supreme King Gate Magician and Scale 13 Supreme King Gate Infinity. I then activate Gate Magician's Pendulum ability. This will let it destroy itself, and place Supreme King Gate 0 from my deck in my open Pendulum zone. And that means I can now summon monsters from levels 1 through 12 all at the same time. I now Pendulum Summon, and call upon my 5 monsters to emerge. First from the extra deck, Supreme King Gate Magician. And then from my hand, Supreme King Dragon Dark Worm. Harmonizing Magician. Perform a Pal Odd Eyes Dissolver. And last but certainly not least, the almighty Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon. This Pendulum Summon now enables me to activate the special abilities of Harmonizing Magician, Gate Magician, and Dark Worm since they were all summoned out to the field.
Whoa there, let's not get too far ahead of yourself. I activate my Pleiades special ability. By using 1 overlay unit, 1 card on your field is returned back to your hand, and I will choose that Supreme King Gate Magician.
Okay, sure, but I still get to resolve my monster's 3 abilities. Harmonizing Magician lets me special summon 1 Magician Pendulum monster from my deck in defense mode, and that monster will be my level 3 Timebreaker Magician. Dark Worm's effect adds a second copy of Supreme King Gate Magician, and Gate Magician will let me add my Supreme King Dragon Light Worm. But I won't be getting to those cards just yet. It's time to start bringing out some of my personal favorites, and it starts with Perform a Pal Odd Eyes Dissolver's special ability. He lets me fusion summon a fusion monster using cards on my field or pendulum zones, without the need for polymerization. Therefore, I fuse Dissolver on my field with Gate 0 in my pendulum zone. I fusion summon Starving Venom Fusion Dragon. I activate my Fusion Dragon special ability, and that will let him absorb all of your Constellar Pleiades' attack points, until the end of this turn. Now with that done, I tune my level 4 Harmonizing Magician and level 3 Timebreaker Magician. I Synchro Summon Clearwing Synchro Dragon. Only one more dragon is needed to complete this field. But first, I normal summon my Supreme King Dragon Lightworm in attack mode. And thanks to Lightworm's special ability, I can return Supreme King Gate 0 from my extra deck back to my hand. Then, I overlay my 2 level 4 Supreme King Dragons in order to build the overlay network. Cloaked in shadows and relentless in its objective to destroy, I call upon the most dangerous of dragons that's known as the Punk Bitch. I Xyz summon Dark Rebellion Xyz Dragon.
When I saw Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon I just thought it was a one-off, but all 4-dimension dragons? Those are extremely rare cards. How do you have a copy of each one of them?
Worry less about how I got them, worry more about how I'm going to use them. I activate Dark Rebellion's special ability. By using both of his overlay units, your Constellar Pleiades loses half its attack points and then Dark Rebellion gains that lost attack permanently. Now go, Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon, attack Constellar Pleiades. Spiral Flame Strike. And whenever Odd Eyes battles your monster, the damage you take is doubled. Clearwing Synchro Dragon, attack Comics Hero King Arthur, Cyclonic Sky Storm.
I activate King Arthur's special ability, simply using one overlay unit to negate its destruction by battle. King Arthur also gains 500 attack points, and 500 points of damage is sent right back at you.
Starving Venom Fusion Dragon, pick up where Clearwing left off and attack Comics Hero King Arthur.
I use King Arthur's last overlay unit, saving itself from destruction.
But now your Comics Hero has no overlay units left. Dark Rebellion Xyz Dragon, decimate King Arthur once and for all. Dragonic Charge of Rebellion.
You go Jace, kick his ass.
That's it from me, I end my turn. And during the end phase, my Starving Venom's attack points return to normal.
I won't let things end here, King Arthur's tale will continue. I reveal one of my face downs, Xyz Reborn. This resurrects my fallen King Arthur to fight again. Then I activate my second trap card, it's known as Court of Cards. Once a turn, this continuous trap lets me banish a Queen's, King's, and Jack's Knight from my graveyard. Then, draw 3 cards from my deck. Alright, my turn. I draw. I'll start with Burial from a different dimension. This spell enables me to put my 3 banished knights back into the graveyard. Then, I'll immediately use the effect of my Trap Court of Cards, to banish all 3 knights once again from my graveyard, and draw 3 more cards from my deck. What a hand. Now, let's see here. Perfect.
Hey, Julian. Is there something you'd like to share with the rest of the class?
As a matter of fact, yes there is. Your defeat in this duel is now assured. I activate the spell card, Rank Up Magic Variance Force.
Rank up Magic Variance Force?
This powerful card ranks up one of my Xyz monsters into a Chaos Xyz monster. I rebuild the overlay network with rank 4 Comics Hero King Arthur. Noble hero of legend, let the forces of chaos turn your soul into an evil, black heart, to betray and destroy, let your evil dark desires guide you. Go Chaos Xyz Evolution. Fight at my side, Chaos Xyz Comics hero Legend Arthur. I'm paying you back for all that damage you did last turn, Comics hero Legend Arthur. Obliterate his pathetic Clear Wing Synchro Dragon.
That's some power.
You haven't seen anything yet. I activate my Legend Arthur's special ability. By using one Chaos Overlay unit, you take damage equal to your destroyed Synchro Dragon's attack points.
Wait, what?
Jace, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
You aren't as fine as you think. That's cause Legend Arthur's ability also banishes your destroyed Synchro Dragon.
That Chaos Xyz is going down on my next turn.
Bold prediction, but too bad that it won't be coming true. I proceed to my second main phase, and activate the effect of Joker's Knight in my graveyard. First I return one Light Warrior monster from my graveyard to the deck, then I can return Joker's Knight back to my hand. Next up, I'm activating two equip spells. First, my Noble Arms of Destiny, which I equip onto Comics hero Legend Arthur. And the second, Different Dimension Reincarnation. With DDR, I discard my Joker's Knight back to the graveyard, and then special summon my banished Queen's Knight back to the field in attack mode. Now I'll summon King's Knight from my hand. And since King's Knight and Queen's Knight are both on the field, I can also special summon Jack's Knight from my deck to join them on the battlefield. Then, I activate this card, my Royal Straight. This spell card allows me to summon an extremely powerful monster so long as I bid farewell to my 3 knights. Come forth, Royal Straight Slasher. And next I'll activate my Royal Straight Slasher's special ability. Now by sending a level 1, a level 2, a level 3, a level 4, and a level 5 monster, from my hand or deck to my graveyard, Royal Straight Slasher destroys every single card on my opponent's side of the field. Now let him have it.
You just activated my Fusion Dragon's last ability. When Starving Venom is destroyed after being fusion summoned, all special summon monsters on your field are also destroyed.
Royal Straight Slasher, yes, however, because my Chaos Xyz is equipped with Noble Arms of Destiny, Legend Arthur cannot be destroyed, once per turn. And that means it'll be sticking around. I set my last card face down, before ending my turn.
This isn't good. I have to stop Julian before he pulls something else that I'm not expecting. Okay, my move, I draw. To start, I'll use the special ability of Supreme King Dragon Darkworm in my graveyard, special summoning it to my field since I currently control no monsters. And since he was summoned, I can use Darkworm's effect, adding my third and final Supreme King Gate Magician to my hand. Then, I'll normal summon a second Supreme King Dragon Darkworm to the field. Then I use both my dragons to create my circuit. I link summon. Link 2, Beyond the Pendulum. When she's linked summoned, Beyond the Pendulum lets me pay 1200 life points, and add any pendulum monster from my deck to my hand. I choose Black Fang Magician. Then I'll reset my pendulum scale, using Scale 0 Supreme King Gate 0, and Scale 8, Black Fang Magician. Now I'm able to pendulum summon monsters from levels 1 through 7 at the same time. I pendulum summon. Return to me from my extra deck, Supreme King Dragon Darkworm, and Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon. And then, from my hand, my trio of Supreme King Gate Magicians. I then use one of Gate Magician's effects to add the Soul of the Supreme Celestial King trap card from my deck to my hand. And because 2 monsters with different levels were pendulum summoned next to both her links, Beyond the Pendulum's second ability lets me destroy up to 2 cards on the field. I choose Court of Cards and Noble Arms of Destiny.
Before it's destroyed, I'll use Court of Cards' effect one last time, to banish my 3 knights once again from the graveyard, and draw 3 more cards. I also activate my set card. Threatening Roar. That will mean you can't conduct your battle phase for the rest of the turn.
Well, since I can't attack you, I'll have to switch to a different strategy. I now use Darkworm in my Link 2 Beyond the Pendulum, to once again create my circuit. I link summon. Link 3, Exceed the Pendulum. Due to Exceed's ability, she gains 100 attack for every pendulum monster I have on the field. Also because she was Link summoned, I can add a face-up pendulum monster from the extra deck back to my hand. I will choose Dissolver. Then, I will use Exceed's third ability, which lets me special summon Supreme King Dragon Lightworm from my graveyard in defense mode. Since I special summon Lightworm, I can use its own special ability, returning one of the Dark Worms from my extra deck back to my hand. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. Now I will use 2 of my level 7 Gate Magicians in order to build the overlay network. I Exceed summon, the Punk Bitch 2.0, Dark Anthelian Dragon. I set 1 card face down, and end my turn.
If you think I'm letting you win this duel, it ain't happening. You are going down. I activate the spell card, Night Beam. It destroys your face down card, and it can't be activated in response.
Well, there goes that strategy.
Next up I activate the Pot of Acquisitiveness. I shuffle my 3 banished knights back to my deck. Then, I draw another card. After that, I use Joker's Knight's effect from my graveyard. I return Royal Straight Slasher to my deck, and then once again can return Joker's Knight back to my hand. Then, I'll use Joker's Knight's effect from the hand, sending the Jack's Knight in my deck to the graveyard, and special summon Joker's Knight to the field in attack mode. Now for some deja vu. I activate Swing of Memories, and special summon back my fallen Jack's Knight. And now I will proceed to overlay level 5 Jack's Knight and level 5 Joker's Knight, to build the overlay network. I Exceed summon, a familiar face of a monster, rank 5, Constellar Pleiades.
Oh, how fantastic!
I hope you haven't missed him and his ability too much. I activate Pleiades' ability, using 1 overlay unit, and return your Dark Anthelian Dragon back to your extra deck.
Chain, I activate my Dragon's ability, using 1 overlay unit. Now until the end phase, I cut Legend Arthur's attack in half, and add that lost attack to Dark Anthelian.
It does not matter, your Anthelian Dragon is out of my way, so I can continue with my current turn. I normal summon to my field, Noble Knight Spearholder. I activate Spearholder's effect. I simply send this Noble Knight off to the graveyard, and add an equipped spell to my hand. I add Xyz unit, which I then activate and equip to Legend Arthur, giving it 200 attack times its rank. Now charge Almighty Legend Arthur, attack Exceed the Pendulum. I activate Legend Arthur's special ability, and by sending Xyz unit to my graveyard, it can be treated as using an overlay unit. Exceed the Pendulum is banished from your graveyard, and you take her attack points as damage. What a pity. Just a few hundred life points remaining. Just 1 more turn, and your dual energy is all but drained for good. But just in case you do have something planned, I'll equip Legend Arthur with a second Noble Arms of Destiny. After that, I end my turn, which means Anthelian Dragon's ability ends, and Legend Arthur's attack returns to its original state. Just give up, Blondie, you cannot stop me. You've battled hard, you've battled valiantly, but it's all for nothing. You simply cannot win this duel.
You've officially now asked for the nail in the coffin.
Come again?
You claim that I cannot win this duel, and despite that claim, this whole time, you've assumed that I am just some random blonde-haired kid who came here. Have you even bothered to ask me my name?
No, and why would I care?
Let me put this in simple terms you'll understand. When you underestimate Jace Hubbard, you're going to seriously wish you never screwed up.
Jace Hubbard?
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
I'm ending this duel, this turn. First I normal summon the Supreme King Dragon Dark Worm that I added to my hand last turn. I choose not to use its effect. And then I immediately have my level 4 Supreme King Dragon Lightworm tune my level 4 Supreme King Dragon Dark Worm, in order to synchro summon Supreme King Dragon Clear Wing. When this Supreme King Dragon is synchro summoned, all face-up monsters on your field are obliterated and destroyed.
Not before I activate Pleiades' special ability. I use its last overlay unit and send Clear Wing back to your extra deck. And Legend Arthur isn't destroyed since it's still equipped with Noble Arms of Destiny.
That move doesn't matter. Clear Wing did what he needed to, and that's getting Pleiades out of my way. And since I still haven't Pendulum Summoned, I'll use my set scale to do that now. I Pendulum Summon, and first from my extra deck, Supreme King Dragon Dark Worm. And then from my hand, Double Iris Magician. I'm all set. I overlay level 7 Supreme King Gate Magician and level 7 Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon in order to build the overlay network. I Xyz Summon, a monster that you should remember. Dark Anthelian Dragon. And then, I also proceed to overlay level 4 Supreme King Dragon Dark Worm and Double Iris Magician, to build the overlay network for a second time. Cloaked in shadows and relentless to destroy everything in its path, I awaken a powerful dangerous Supreme Punk Bitch. I Xyz Summon. Supreme King Dragon Dark Rebellion.
Oh no, that is really bad.
You've got that right. Dark Anthelian Dragon, attack comics hero Legend Arthur.
Since you declared an attack, I'll banish my Necro Gardener from my graveyard, and then negate that attack completely.
That was your last line of defense. Supreme King Dragon Dark Rebellion, finish off Legend Arthur once and for all. Then by using one overlay unit, Dark Rebellion's special ability reduces Legend Arthur's attack points to 0, and Dark Rebellion gains your Chaos Xyz's 3000 attack points for itself.
No, I can't lose, this is impossible.
Oh, it's very possible. Dark Rebellion, end this duel now.
No.
Jace, did Julian just
Explode? Yes, he did. What is going on around here?
Sir. We have a situation that has just been brought to attention.
You know very well I do not like situations. You better give me a good explanation.
To put it simply, it appears someone may be meddling with Grimoire, Eve, and Afflict's mission at the Duel Masters Duel Academy.
I'm sorry, but don't you mean Grimro, Eve, Afflict, and Julian's mission at the Duel Masters Duel Academy?
I'm sorry, but what I said is true. That's because Julian's signal. It has vanished, entirely. It's possible he lost in a duel even after bringing out his Chaos Xyz. And if that is the truth, then Julian's own duel energy was drained entirely, and he exploded for failing to do his part.
I will look into this immediately. You are dismissed.
Yes, sir. Master Reg E.
Don't get